let's talk about this Coast thing. So we have talked about this here and there the last few weeks, but there's been further and further developments here over the last few days, including a Richard Hart post about 0x Coast. So if you're somehow new to what 0x Coast is, it's one of the ways, I will say, to get onboarded into the PulseChain ecosystem. And here's the biggest, if you want a headline with the biggest benefit about using 0x Coast to get into PulseChain, you don't have to go through one of the big centralized exchanges. So you don't have to deal with Coinbase. You don't have to deal with Kraken or anything like that. Is Coast technically a CEX? Yeah, but it is actually easier to get into PulseChain and quicker if you want to, by using them. Ewok and I have been proponents of them for a long time. I think I know you and I both have an Old Glory bank account. Coast is partnered with Old Glory Bank, who is very open to crypto and pro-America and all these kind of things, to where essentially I will say it's one of the best things about Coast is if you have money in Old Glory Bank, you can deposit it right onto the Coast platform. And then you used to, and this is what we're going to get into, be able to mint the Coast CST stable coin to then swap into the asset of your choice, or what is presently still available on the site. You can just go right in with your USD that you imported there and swap it for PulseX, Hex, whatever you want to. So that is all still there. Now, you don't have to have an Old Glory bank account. It is the easiest way by far. But you could have another bank account. You can wire it in, many different things. But Old Glory Bank's definitely the way to go. All that to say, over the last few months, they have been having issues with regulatory stuff when it comes to stablecoins. And we have seen, you and I always talked about, I was talking about a year ago, why is the CST coin always like 97.5 cents? Why is it always 98 cents? Because like you put your money in, you would mint CST and lose a lot. I mean, a not insignificant amount of your money instantly just by minting it because you're not getting it for $1. So, you, depending on how much you're putting in, you're losing 15, 20, 50, $100 or something like that just by minting it. So recently, that is the chart that Ewok has on the screen of a stable coin. So that is, and not PDI. PDI is going the other direction, actually. But Coast is depegged, if you want to use that term. Wow, I didn't know it was that low. Oh my God, it's at 35 cents now. So it had been $1 or 97, 98 cents really for a long time. And we're seeing this now. Now they removed the mint function a while back. Stoic and the guys at Coast have said it is because of this legal clarity and, we can't really use it. And yeah, it's been at 75 cents. They first, I think that's when the attention first started getting paid to it. Now it's the whole way down to 35 cents, garnering a post from Richard Hart I think it was this morning actually, where he just simply said, what's going on? Yeah, he just said, what's going on with 0x Coast? That's pretty much it. And then people replying with the answers that it's regulatory stuff for stable coins and everything. So the platform still works as it has. We haven't been able to mint the CST token in forever anyway, so that hasn't changed. But this is kind of a big deal. And then we saw, and I'm glad that, I don't know if it was Stoic himself or what account it came from, that posted this big post about it today, kind of in response to Richard Hart. Yeah, so this came from the official Coast account here. You mind summarizing this one? My throat's getting a little...
Sure, no problem. It says, hey, everyone, we want to give you all an important update in direct response to the evolving federal Genius and Clarity and State Money Transmission Modernization Act regulatory environment here in the U.S. Coast is in the process of changing how and for whom our business operates. These pieces of legislation make delivering a stablecoin-based independent fiat on-ramping product for PulseChain cost prohibitive. So despite our best efforts to run as a stablecoin, we will be moving on to a novel and hopefully more robust model. Buy and sell plus deposit withdrawal are still operational for most users worldwide. However, as many have noticed, the ability to mint burn Coast is no longer available. This change happened in the middle of 2025. but we can say with absolute certainty now that it will not be returning. The buy sell feature is currently utilizing a floating CST price. This change was implemented in December of 25 and has dramatically improved the order execution for users seeking to obtain Pulse, PulseX, Hex, and Ink. The use of a floating price asset for the buy sell feature is absolutely essential for us to continue operating any services for PulseChain. For further updates, please follow our company accounts on X and Telegram. Thank you. So basically what they're saying is, and Broke Boy and I both noticed this some time ago, that the mint function had disappeared. It was the middle of last year. We didn't really raise too big of a flag. However, we did ask in the chat. I asked Stoic or whoever it was. I think Stoic was on vacation when I asked this. And I said, what happened to the minting of Coast? And they said, well, mostly can't talk about it, but it's because of the Genius Act. And that was the stable coin thing. He said, more to come. I can't really get into it. We just don't have legal clarity. We're not going to push it. We want to maintain this ability to basically service people using a real bank that's easy to get in and out of. And we don't want to step on toes, is essentially what they said. Those are in my words, not theirs. Mm-hmm. But at that point, it was like, okay, well, it's still easy to get money in and out. We can still buy the token right away. They do have a little bit of a fee, and I'm it is what it is, right? Every exchange that you use, you're gonna have a fee. So you do pay that, and it is kind of hidden. And I know you've commented on it, and we know we've kind of argued back and forth how the percentage can change, and sometimes you can get a much better deal. Obviously, check it out. Go where the better option is. That's always what I say, or more convenient to you. If you don't mind paying an extra percentage or two, then go where it's more convenient, I guess. So anyway, that's where we're at. And now, essentially you just go in, you put your USD in your Coast account, and you can buy many things. I noticed recently you can buy the weight token, or is it weight?
I think so. Yeah, I think you can. Yeah, I think that's one of them.
Yeah. So the weight token, which was one of their original tokens, Hex, obviously, PulseX incentive. I think you can even buy the Old Glory has a token as well, OGB. That allows shares, and so I mean, there's all kind of things that you can buy. So either way, they're still in business. It's just the fact that the CST token can no longer be minted. Therefore, there can no longer be any kind of arbitrage opportunity for them to buy it up and to keep it as a stable, as a stable coin. So when everybody sells, another thing was a lot of the stable coin pools that Coast was tied to other things. I always noticed, and it was funny that it was an 80-20. It's on like a balancer type thing on the PH side of things, where you may be putting 80% Tether, 20% Coast. It was never 50-50. And I always kind of questioned that, like, why? And maybe this is why. Maybe because it was never on chain backed. I've seen people out there say, well, yeah, it's no wonder that there's 13 million of these things, and the ledger only shows whatever it was, $100,000 backing. That those numbers aren't right, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They were an off-chain balanced system. It was never meant to be on chain. Like, there was never a dollar USDT that backed $1 of CST. So I think people were misled there. I'm sure anytime that one was minted, there is a dollar there for that somewhere to cash right back out. So it just was not held on chain. So again, you are at the mercy of the middlemen that created this. So, be aware of that. But now, obviously, one coast does not equal $1. So, hopefully, there weren't a bunch of people just sitting on them, holding them. If there were, I would probably attempt to get what you can for it, because they're no longer available to mint. I think they know this is going to go to zero eventually. So yeah, if you're holding any of these, my suggestion would be to unload them as quickly as possible. I don't recommend playing this as a will it come back. They said it's done. It's no longer available. So I don't recommend that play of buying it now and holding it to get back to $1, because it's probably not likely.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question about the float thing in there. So do you think they mean by that? So when you make a buy, like, again, you're never really seeing that you're interacting with the CST token or anything. Do they mean for like liquidity purpose and stuff? When you make a buy, say you're going from your USD into Pulse, are they saying that it's then passing through the CST at that moment, basically? And that's, because it's a, what word do they use again? The floating price, like that's how they're using it?
Well, I think anywhere, the more I looked into it, I think the float is like anywhere like Coinbase. So if you buy a Bitcoin on Coinbase, you're paying more.
And yeah, I got you.
So you're paying the spread, right? Just in case something happens in between your purchase and their ability to whatever to do. I mean, they're holding liquidity. That's what I think the float is. And then if you sell it, obviously you're probably not going to get full price. It's going to be a percentage lower. It's just like I was talking earlier, is buying and selling gold. You're going to get a bad price on the spot. And that's what that means, is there's a float. So, that's what they have to do. And then, there is I think it's a 1% fee to anything you buy. You're paying a percentage just fee straight up for the transaction itself. So,
right. Which begs one other question, but one thing I was going to say first. So one point you were making, I do think, even if this renders this getting into this way of onboarding into the ecosystem to you, the individual, like you don't want to do it as much, I do still think like withdrawing through them is probably pretty advantageous, because you think now this requires prices for crypto to go up, which I don't think is something that happens anymore. But if it does, and you're ever able to actually sell at a gain, and you're like, you know what, I want to put a little bit of that into dirty fiat for a minute so I can go buy something I want to, or whatever it is. I do think it's such a safer option to be on Coast. If you have an Old Glory Bank account, you've got the USD sitting on there, and you just send it right into Old Glory Bank. You made that point to me earlier today, and I do think for withdrawing, you can't get better than that. I mean, I would definitely want to do that before I would want to sell into USDC on Pulse, bridge to Ethereum, pay the claim fee on Ethereum to get my USDC, send to Coinbase, and then see when I'm allowed to withdraw from Coinbase. And how much,
Yep, exactly. And that was my fear. Like I did just that not long ago. I took some out, harvested some losses, basically is what I did for tax purposes. It was right at the end of the year. And I wanted to see how easy it was. And it was pretty slick. So it went right out. It didn't hold. It was right in my you press the button, it's in your Old Glory account. So you didn't have to worry about Coinbase holding anything. I haven't used Coinbase to bring money back out in forever. And I was worried by doing that will they still recognize me? Will they put my account on hold? And how long do I have to fight them? I remember horror stories the last cycle about people trying to cash money out into their Coinbase, and they just held it for months and months and months. There was a guy that was having a wedding, and he tried to take some money out, couldn't get it. It was like months and months before he was able to do anything. And that's kind of what I was worried about. So,
Yeah, it
Works well.
definitely for really the CST thing doesn't matter to me very much. I mean, it's really not what it's about. It's just as you mentioned, it's always having different options in terms of how to get into the ecosystem. Like right here, Super Snake says Liberty Swap, Base, Coinbase, Bank. Yeah, so that you can use Liberty Swap if you want to go through an exchange. There's many different ways to do this, and it's whatever you prefer. Some people are not worried about, oh, what if an exchange holds my tokens or whatever. Some people want to pay less fees. It's just up to the individual, and it's good to have different options like this. So I feel like when there was something you said with Coast, I had one more question for you, but I'm forgetting what it was. You said something a minute ago, and I said that begs another question, and now I'm forgetting. So how there's a 1% fee on it, on everything. Do you think there's even a point in having the weight tokens locked up on Coast anymore? Because I don't think I know that old fee structure is gone. Like it isn't 0.25% for everything anymore or anything.
Yeah, I don't know. And I did ask that as well. Is it still benefit? And they said there are changes coming. So I don't know if they're going to be implementing those structural fee changes for the more weight that you keep staked.
Right.
I have it in there. It's not worth a whole lot right now. There's no point in taking it out.
Exactly.
Because when you do unstake, I believe there's a penalty. You lose a few percent of it. So, just keep that in mind. They might as well leave it in there and see what they end up doing with it if there is some sort of fee reduction for having it. So, unless you need it, but there's no point in moving it as far as I'm concerned.
And that could be a big deal eventually. I mean, if there ever is a bull market in the next 30 years and you want to use it, the having less fees to pay when you're cashing out maybe larger amounts of money that you didn't have before would be really advantageous. So overall, I don't want to call it a nothing burger, but we haven't been using the stable coin anyway for a while. So understandable from them. And I'm glad that we do have the link of Old Glory Bank with them for sure.
Yep. Yeah, it's been since June of last year. So this isn't a new thing. I guess Richard just probably caught the price of the CST token dropping. And it was like, hey, yo, what's up with this kind of thing? So, because I know he does list it. I think it's on the PulseX, maybe. The PulseX homepage has a direct link right to Coast.
He's definitely been aware of it before. So
you're
right. It is on there. Buy tokens, 0xcoast.com. So still on there.